The strangest places on Earth heat fusing iron, cooler frosting parties. There are many natural places and wonders that people like to visit and wish to live in, but the world also contains some extreme places where temperatures are impossible to live. And another extreme possibility in terms of space or depth. We offer you today the most extreme places in this world. 1. Vostok Station. The Russian research base was built at Vostok Station in 1957, 1,300 kilometers from the South Pole, and at an altitude of 3,450 meters above sea level in an area known as the Pole. The region has experienced record temperatures over the years. The temperature in July 1983 reached -89.2 degrees Celsius. It is the coldest temperature recorded in Earth's history, making Vostok the coldest place on Earth. The station has some other records in extreme temperatures, with the coldest cold winds -124 degrees Celsius, and the highest temperature recorded at the station is -14 degrees Celsius, and makes this weather live in the place is almost impossible to the extent that the station reduces the number of researchers from 25 to 13 only during the winter. 2. Death Valley. The California-based valley has been experiencing high temperatures. Over the years, the weather has caused a number of deaths, including 2 Dutch tourists who left their car when they crashed on a dirt road in the valley and were found dead 7 hours later by a heat stroke. This place recorded a historical temperature in July 1913 when the temperature reached 57 degrees Celsius, making it one of the highest temperatures documented in history. The city of Azizia in Libya recorded a temperature of 58 degrees Celsius in 1922, but this measurement is not recognized recently, because of an incorrect procedure was done during the measurement process. The Valley of Death also has the highest recorded temperature of the Earth, which reached 94 degrees Celsius when measured on July 15, 1972. 3. Vatican City. The Vatican City State, located in the heart of Rome, Italy, is the smallest country in the world with an area of less than half a square kilometer and a population of about 940. It is of course governed by the Pope, the head of the Catholic Church. In addition, of course, to its own economy, which relies entirely on tourism, with more than 5 million people visiting the Vatican each year. 4. Mariana Trench. Although the oceans occupy 71% of the Earth's surface, most of this area has not been thoroughly explored. Among the areas explored by humans is the Mariana Trench, the deepest known surface of the Earth, with a depth of 11 kilometers below sea level, which means that its depth is greater than the summit of Mount Everest. The area, first discovered in 1875 in the Western Pacific, was only reached in 1960 by a manned expedition. 5. Tristan Islands. The Tristan Islands are located in the South Atlantic and are the world's most inhabited places, separated by 1,200 miles from the nearest inhabited area and 1,500 miles from the nearest continent. The island was discovered in 1810 by an American sailor named John Lambert, but was annexed to the United Kingdom in 1816, and the islands remain a British colony to this day. Tristan has a population of 262, all of whom live to a large extent independent from outside resources where they grow their own food, and their electricity comes from several local generators. 6. Guam. The small island of Guam is located in the South Pacific. In 1950, the skeletal snakes came to the island for the first time surreptitiously on Australian ships and were able to thrive in such an environment to the extent that Guam now bears the undesirable world record of the highest density of snakes in the world has 1 million to 2 million serpents. The number of snakes has grown by 10 to 1, and some areas have 13,000 per square mile. These snakes cause great damage as pets eat and lead to power cuts. It is also responsible for the extinction of 10 species out of 12 national forest birds. The government has tried everything to try to stop these snakes, so they are now dropping poisoned rats from helicopters. 7. City of Alert Bay. The Canadian city lies in the far north of the world, only 500 miles from the North Pole and 30 meters above sea level. The city has a population of just 62 people living in difficult weather conditions. Snow covers the area for 10 months of the year. The warmer month is July with an average temperature of 3 degrees Celsius, and the sun does not appear at all from October to February. The nearest inhabited place is 360 miles away, and it is possible to enter the city only by plane. All these conditions make the population, mostly soldiers and researchers, on alert throughout the year. 8-Danakil Depression. An African tribe has lived for hundreds of years alongside volcanoes in the Danakil Debrecen Valley in northern Ethiopia. This valley contains the most volcanic activities in the inhabited world, where tectonic plates are transformed into a permanent form, leading to many natural disasters such as earthquakes occurring throughout the year, and volcanic eruptions that occur continuously and produce a constant stream of lava. The valley is in a low sea level, and the rain does not fall, all of which makes temperatures extremely high, rarely below 50 degrees Celsius during the day. 9-Norway. The World Happiness Report is published each year by a UN organization. This report is usually based on factors such as GDP, life expectancy, freedom, state generosity, social support, and lack of corruption in governments or businesses. The 2017 report classified Norway as the happiest place in the world, and although it is difficult to know exactly why Norway's population is so high, it is often due to social support, friendly relations between the country and a myriad of democratic socialist states, programs and systems to help those in need, and its ongoing work to reduce the gap between rich and poor. There are many Nordic countries that follow the same model of social support for Norway as Iceland, Finland, Sweden and Denmark, all of whom occupy centers in the top 10 of the World Happiness Report.